National Broadcasting System. Late at night, after the TV broadcast had finished, someone saw many names of people on the TV that he had left on. I looked at the TV thinking that it might be some kind of news, but then I saw my name among them. The channel was a state-run TV station. The next day, I called the station to inquire about it, and the staff member's explanation was as follows. That is a list of people who have not paid their subscription fees. Similar story submitted by a male. I have been curious about this information for a long time. Please refer to the following story that was posted on a bulletin board at NNN. Original text.
About 15 years ago, I turned on the TV around 2:30 a.m. and saw a color bar on the screen. I thought to myself, oh, I knew it's not on at this time of night, so I'm going to bed. I was about to go to bed when the screen suddenly switched to a garbage disposal plant. Then the message NNN temporary broadcast appeared on the message board, and the screen continued to show the disposal site in the distance. I wondered what was going on and looked around, and then the names of people came up like a staff roll. A dark classical music was playing in the background. After about 5 minutes of this, at the end, the narrator said, "These are the victims of tomorrow. Good night." Since then, I have been afraid of late-night TV broadcasts. No one around me believes this story.
An example of a story in which the day's broadcast ends and suddenly some images are shown on the TV when no one is supposed to be watching. Other stories include murder scenes and images being broadcast. It seems that this story of an unpaid subscription fee was already a story in the 1970s. The above story is one of the stories of the same kind, especially unique to state-run broadcasting, in which subscription fees must be paid. The collection of subscription fees is rather low-tech in that the collector checks the antenna and visits each house. This is a similar story, but it seems to have originated on the TV board of NNN, and then spread to the occult board. After that, it was multiplied by copy and paste, and the same contents can be seen on many boards here and there. The proliferation by copying and pasting is typical of 2chan, but this story is an internet ghost story on a bulletin board, if you will. It is almost exclusively discussed on message boards, as if it were an occasional reminder. It seems to be neither more nor less than that. The motif of the late-night ticker of a person's name, needless to say, was probably adapted from a story about a person who had not paid his or her NNN subscription fee. The NNN story could be consumed as a mere story for the sake of making fun on the spot, but the similar story was not as realistic as it should have been. NNN stories could be consumed as mere fables for the purpose of making a good time, whereas the stories of similar nature have become less appealing because of the demand for realism. The fact that such situations can be dismissed as elaborate pranks, even if they are true, may also have been a factor.